Hi, welcome to another Actors Workout. And I am super thrilled about today's episode uh, to welcome Cleo Whittingham. Welcome, Cleo, to the Actors Workout.
Hi, hi.
It's great
Good
to
to
have
meet
you.
you.
Yeah, it's nice to
Thank
meet you
you.
too. We have some mutual friends, but we've never actually met in person. And
No.
we've decided to test your skills on this unique challenge that I'm presenting, thespians. So tell us, please, a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what are you doing here in Taiwan?
You probably tell from the UK. Here, because my husband is an engineer and building wind farms in
Nice,
Taiwan. So,
nice.
yeah, very cool. So we have been here about a year. It's been awesome. We feel very, very lucky to be here during the COVID thing. It just feels
Safest
like a
place on
safe.
earth.
Oh, wonderful, isn't it? We're so lucky.
Yeah.
And in terms of acting, I'm sure with everyone else been doing it forever. I did some great training. I went to university, did a proper degree, but then afterwards was like, right, I'm going to acting school, and did that alongside working quite an intense corporate job. Finished that wonderful course at a quite famous theatre in London, and then had to make a decision, chose the Rent. And
Yes.
kind of since then, I've been doing training here and there,
Yeah.
bits and bobs here and there, but I have never worked as an actor. I've had loads of insanely good training, but never really put it to use.
Yeah.
A bit
Yeah.
of theatre here and there, but yeah. So I suppose that's it. It's great to be here in Taiwan. It's a bit annoying there isn't that much theatre to do, because it was one of the bonuses
Yeah.
of coming here, being free, having free time. But I'm
So
just
you
going
were
to
in
take it when
London, I'm
I can.
guessing, when you lived in the UK,
Yes, yeah.
and you were born in London, if I'm
I wasn't born in London. A town called Peterborough. It's just north of London. Don't
just
ever go.
north of
It's
London.
awful.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying so hard to pick up the subtleties in the British accents, and I was getting a kind of I was thinking more East End, but yeah,
No.
really, like it's a fun little game I'm playing with myself. I'm not really good at it, but I was pretty sure it was London area, your accent. So,
Yeah, it's South England.
South
So
End, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Well, today we're gonna put you into the Queen's English
Okay.
as old school Thai, as the Queen's English, the liquid U, duty, not duty. Yeah. Okay. So the diction is going to have to be spot on.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your challenge right there. Bring back that theater school training,
Yeah,
and we're going to
exactly.
go to the highest of the highest classes. Okay. So I'm going to now. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to go to. See, I'm now going to send you the script. Okay.
Okay.
So your Gmail should have just gotten an invite.
Yeah.
Open it up. Do I need to give you permission, or
Hold
can you
on.
see it?
I'm just trying to work out how to get
Yeah.
this. And you've sent it to me on Gmail, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Hold on. Let me just refresh my mailbox.
No?
No.
Okay, 1 second then. We'll do it a different way. Whoops. In the chat, I'll have to just go up and copy it. Hang on. That's weird. I did share it with you. So I'll just copy it. I'll copy it to the.
I think it's come through. It has come through. I'm gonna have to I can pick it up on my phone, but not my computer for some reason. But that's
Okay.
not a problem. I'll just put it
I could
here.
also copy it to the chat in Zoom here, which I'm doing right now. So in the chat, hopefully it'll take it all, because it has a limited. No, this is the first part of it. Let's just start with that. We'll get you going with that.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
start reading. Yeah, just action. Yeah, full read, go.
I was the queen so long as my husband, the king, was alive. But since he died, I'm no longer the queen. I'm simply Queen Mary. My late son's widow was also the queen, but upon the death of her husband, she became Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Her daughter, Queen Elizabeth, is now queen, and so she is the queen. To do nothing is the hardest job of all, and it will take every ounce of energy that you have. To be impartial is not natural, not human. People will always want you to smile or agree or frown. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view. And that is the one thing as sovereign you are not entitled to do. The less you do, the less you say or agree or smile. Monarchy is God's sacred mission to grace and dignify the earth, to give ordinary people an ideal to strive towards, an example of nobility and duty to raise them in their wretched lives. Monarchy is a calling from God. That is why you were crowned in an abbey, not a government building. Why you were anointed, not appointed.
Yeah.
In
Oh, you still have more?
Archbishop.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Keep going. Sorry. Why you are anointed?
Not appointed. It's an archbishop that puts the crown on your head, not a minister or public servant, which means that you're answerable to God in your duty, not the public. And then Queen Elizabeth II says something.
Yeah.
Do you want me to stop there or carry on?
No. I want to start working on it with you, but holy crap-a-roonies, that was good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. That's
Lots
tough
of
to
training,
do.
as you
That is
said.
so tough to do what you just did. You know, I threw you really into the deep end there, didn't I?
Where's this from?
It's from The Crown.
Oh, okay.
You are Queen Mary,
Okay, cool.
the matriarch, giving advice to Queen Elizabeth as she's about
You give me
to.
this because I'm mom.
His grandmom, I think. It's her
Oh
grandmother.
my God.
Yeah.
I'm only
Yeah.
40. Come on.
I know. But with makeup, I can pull it off. With makeup and a wig, we can pull it off. No problem. It's the richness of the language that I love so much. I've cobbled it together from a couple of scenes where she's giving advice to Elizabeth, and for me, the philosophical to do nothing is the hardest job of all.
Yeah.
This is
Being
actually
silent.
the cornerstone of Taoist philosophy. Okay, let me explain
Really?
that one. Yeah,
I did study philosophy, actually.
in Taoism, the goal is to do nothing. It's called Wu Wei or Zi. The West, many books on Tao, like the Tao of Pu, a very common popular culture book, will talk about Wu Wei, the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
It stems from Lao Tzu, the great teacher, giving advice to emperors that if you are to have a perfectly balanced yin-yang kingdom, empire, you should be doing nothing.
Right.
Right? So the depth of understanding that this is the same concept at turn of the century England by Queen Mary, you know, it's really deep and touching to me. So yeah, I have no doubt that you took yourself right out of South London and right into Buckingham Palace and Eton trained, perfect Queen's English, as it were. That's coming from a Canadian, though. So
Yeah,
what's like that? I think there was a point where I think now you can take it away for 10 minutes and rehearse it and find break it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't. I was just amazed by how clean a reading it was. Right.
Thank you.
Now, the reason this is important, you're asking about work as an actor in Taiwan. There's voiceover work to be done.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I've gotten 2,000 an hour for some voiceover work, but it was a tough job. It was a lot of classic British literature, super abridged versions put into a PowerPoint, row by row, line by line, and I just had to go scroll through a tablet reading the lines of Gulliver's Travels, Black Beauty, all of these things. I had to get 20,000 words an hour in or something ridiculous like that. And so what you just accomplished is highly marketable in the voice, the voiceover work that's available to actors.
We'll take this offline, and you can tell me more. Let me know the steps I need to do. I'm not even sure
I can talk to you more about that. But it's also, if it does make it online, it's good for people watching it to hear this advice as well, right? So,
that's true.
The main thing I'd say is don't do anything without a work permit. So you're in a tricky situation being a spouse of on an expat package. So you have to be careful not to mess with your. But that's you just do it the right way. You can get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one point I wanted. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view, right? That's a change of pace there. I think that's a good place to put a pinch or pause, a change of profile, whatever. And I know you're going to come up with even more depth of meaning when you get into the whole sacred mission stuff. Anointed, not appointed. That's a core belief of hers. She's very, very religious. It's God as a,
truly believes it comes from God, like
true believer here. So, yeah, and it is a grandmother talking to a granddaughter, and very old. She's in her 80s, I think. If you were to make this a party piece, something that you wanted to actually use in an audition sometime, you do your research, find out what her exact age is. That's your dramaturgy, not mine. Yeah. But just age her with the wisdom and the gravitas and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna pause now, and let me pause, and we're back. Cleo's been away from us for 12 minutes, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was able to watch her working hard. So before we hop in, anything you'd like to talk about? Any questions or thoughts you want to discuss, or you want to just hop in?
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. But the last sentence on the second paragraph just kind of doesn't fully make sense to me.
Okay, first of all, let's skip the Queen Elizabeth II. Let's remove that from here. Okay, you're right. Okay, I just like the language of it, so
I'll keep it,
No, you know what? Let's cut it because it doesn't flow. We're talking about her husband, Philip. Okay, the whole history of how there were Nazi supporters that married into the royal family and stuff like that, right? So.
So that's that last paragraph. We're just not doing
that's talking about Philip and how she disapproves of his lineage.
Okay.
So
I meant that second paragraph, the very last line, the less you do. I just don't know if it's a typo or.
The less you do, the less you say or agree or smile.
Oh, okay, fine. I see.
So sorry, is that a line reading? I want to give you a line reading. I don't
Very good.
understand where the disconnect is, though. If you could explain.
Unless you do. Okay, cool.
Oh, you got it? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me come back to the camera. I want to make sure that we're recording the right way. Close this. Go full screen. All right. Take two.
I was the queen so long as my husband, the king, was alive. But since he died, I'm no longer the queen. I'm simply Queen Mary. My late son's widow was also the queen, but upon the death of her husband, she became Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Her daughter, Queen Elizabeth, is now queen. So she is the queen. To do nothing is the hardest job of all. And it will take every ounce of energy that you have. To be impartial is not natural. It's not human. People always want you to smile or agree or frown. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view. And that is the one thing as sovereign you are not entitled to do. The less you do, the less you say or agree or smile. Monarchy is God's sacred mission to grace and dignify the earth, to give ordinary people an ideal to strive towards, an example of nobility and duty to raise them in their wretched lives. Monarchy is a calling from God. That is why you were crowned in an abbey, not a government building. Why you are anointed, not appointed. It's an archbishop that puts the crown on your head, not a minister or public servant, which means you are answerable to God in your duty, not the public. Done.
Wow. Yeah. I just let that sink in for a minute. Whew. I've said this on a couple of the actor workshops before. My acting teacher, Brian Smith, would say the only way to get an A from him was to make the hair on the back of his neck stand up.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. That was special. Very good. Very good. I don't want to toy with any of the intent of the character that you're developing there. It's clean. The accent's fine. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's go in a different direction then. The theater training was masterfully toned down. Okay, because you, with lack of acting experience, I'm going to assume something that you have even less experience acting for the camera. There's the rub. There's the rub. We're now like, if this was an audition that you just laid down, you'd have the part, but then it would require a lot more rethinking about the job of being an actor when it's for the camera. It's completely different. It really is. You got to have,
like I've done,
you know the adage, do not move unless it improves on stillness. You know that stillness is power, okay? And you were still in a theatrical way. On a big stage with 2,000 people in the audience, it was remarkable stillness. But you might as well be a jumping jack on the camera.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to do another take. I want you to find Elizabeth's eyes somewhere in where you're looking right now. We're gonna try and lift off the script as much as possible. So if you have to read, you're you're well enough person, you can make it work.
Yeah.
That you can take a line in and then bring it up to camera, right?
Yeah.
We're working for the camera. Super still, she is the ultimate power. So we have to. A raised eyebrow, Cleo. A blink. A shake of the head. When you watch take two, when you go back and look at it, you'll see what I mean. But now, and I don't want you to start until you're ready. Oh, geez. Oh, you know what? I want you to rehearse for 5 minutes. I gotta pause. Yeah. Okay. Let's try again, Cleo. Take 3.
Okay. So I'll just do another take as still as possible.
That's right. Yeah. Put the power in that stillness, or power is in the stillness.
Okay. I was the queen so long as my husband, the king, was alive. But since he died, I'm no longer the queen. I am simply Queen Mary. My late son's widow was also the queen, but upon the death of her husband, she became Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Her daughter, Queen Elizabeth, is now queen. So she is the queen. To do nothing is the hardest job of all. And it will take every ounce of energy that you have. To be impartial is not natural, it's not human. People will always want you to smile or agree or frown. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view. And that is the one thing as monarch you are not entitled to do. But the less you do, the less you say or agree or smile. Monarchy is God's sacred mission to anoint, to grace and dignify the earth, to give ordinary people something to strive towards, an example of nobility and duty to raise them in their wretched lives. Monarchy is a calling from God. That is why you are crowned in an abbey, not a government building. Why you are anointed, not appointed. It is an archbishop that puts the crown on your head, not a minister or public servant, which means you are answerable to God in your duty, not the public.
Different, yeah? Feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried my best. I do feel like I moved quite a lot. I was like, keep still. But
well, your hands were perfect.
yeah, it's
your
hands.
Yeah. But this is how we learn, right? I think it was much more still than the last time, but it can be stiller. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're just getting back to it. Come on, you don't expect the moon on your first day back on the bicycle.
Why not?
No, it's genius, Cleo. It's an honor to have you as part of this show. I was excited because in the little bit of stalking that I did of you, I knew that you were probably had some training and could pull off the Queen's English better than anybody I've gotten to work with yet. I usually put the Brit boys into American accents,
Do you?
I give them American stuff, but I
That's just
know
me.
I've wanted to work this Queen script for a while, and to launch it with you was the perfect choice. So
Oh, but it was so much fun.
I want to work
Really.
on one more piece, though. I want to dial back and work on one little section a bit. To
Perfect.
give you so that actual line that you were talking about, to do less, to do nothing, to the one that you were confused about. Can you read that one
Yeah.
back to me right now, please? Just read that. No, don't act it. Just read it back to me.
Okay. The less you do, the less you say, or agree, or smile.
Yeah. So what I was picking up at that point was you were fighting an urge to actually show a smile. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a smile there. You were playing smile. You know what I mean?
What I was actually thinking was not smiling
That's
to show
my point. That's my point. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Play the opposite of it.
Yeah.
Because you're saying you can't even smile. So it's something that you have been, it's part of your sacrifice of duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ability to smile. So the more maudlin and brutal we can make that, the more we're just gonna the hair's gonna raise up. Yeah. So let's take it back a few lines to lead into that, and go for a take with the smile, no smile.
Okay, I'll start from people will always.
Okay. Yeah.
People will always want you to smile or agree or frown. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view. And that is the one thing as sovereign you are not entitled to do. The less you do, the less you say or agree or smile.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way to say that single word for sure. Now there's also foreshadowing I noticed there, right? You say smile in the first line that you read back to me. Right?
Yes, of course.
So let's do it again, but considering that smile is, I will find a way to set up the final smile to make it even more with that.
Okay.
In your own time.
People will always want you to smile or agree or frown. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view. And that is the one thing as monarch you are not entitled to do. The less you do, the less you say or agree or smile.
Yeah. Okay, good. When it gets a little negative in the middle, you start using negative language, not. Read that back to me, please. I just don't want to escape the screen to look at the script.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Right in the middle of that section, that's the one thing you're not allowed to do, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. When you watch this back, you're going to see the tendency to shake your head. Not allowed to do. Again, opposite day, it's bizarro world. Do not shake your head. That's where you can find the stillness. This is the rule of duty. It's matter of fact. You don't need this power will come from not shaking your head, letting the words do it. It's tough.
Yes.
Yeah. You can do it.
Not like sorry, love, but this is it.
Sorry?
Okay. No, it's just saying to her, like, sorry, but
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I think the only time you should let any emotion, any movement in is the last smile. Maybe a little bit of movement for the first smile to set it up, possibly. But
Okay.
everything is absolutely still. These are the facts of life, little girl. Right? Everything is still. Just throw everything away, aiming for that last smile.
Okay. People will always want you to smile, or agree, or frown. And the minute you do, you will have declared a position, a point of view. And that is the one thing as sovereign you are not entitled to do. Unless you do, unless you say, or agree, or smile.
Oh. And that's that. Yeah. There wasn't a super picky asshole director. There was one time where your eyes went sideways. I mean, that's something you should look at yourself and go, shit, my eyes went sideways. Like, maintaining the direct eye contact without wavering. I mean, you're still working off a script too, so we've run it a few times. It should be part of your muscle memory by now. So yeah. That's all I'm gonna do with you today.
Okay. I'll do it again though.
Are you exhausted?
Yeah. I'm tired. I'm a bit like, I could carry on, but yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's obviously.
let's do it again. Let's talk some more and discuss ideas. And like, you are a kindred spirit, and there's not many of us. Honestly, there's not many of us with this level of talent here. There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few. There is a scene. We'll talk about it another time. Unfortunately, I do have another thing I got to get to. So just
no, but
yeah, go ahead, please.
No, just saying, I'd love to, you know, work on anything, even if it never sees the light of day. You know, just acting is awesome. So, you know, whether there's an audience or not, I'm happy. So anything, I'm
yeah.
I'm a girl.
Can I share it?
Yeah, sure.
I knew I would convince you by the end of it. Yeah, I hope it gets, and you share it too. I hope it gets lots of hits. And we will talk more. Hello, new friend.
Hi.
Bump to you. Yeah. And we'll talk soon. So thank you again, Cleo Whittingham, for joining us on the actor workout.
It was my pleasure. It was amazing. Yeah. I loved it.
We have not seen the last of you, for sure. Okay. For everybody, so like, subscribe, fill in the form, come and take this workshop yourself. It's Cleo endorsed. Cleo endorsed. So peace, y'all. Thanks for coming.